With the this one first. I mean, shoulder. How is it? Where are you in that rehab?
Shoulder's doing good. Strength, mobility, everything's good. Still having to limit a little bit of the reps outside of practice, just shooting, trying to work my way, I guess, endurance-wise up, and don't want to overdo it right before the season. So it's fully healthy come game time.
So where are you? I mean, in terms of, is your shot back? Is your stamina back? Strength back? Where are you in terms of recovery?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's pretty close to 100%, if not 100%. So I feel pretty good that it's healthy.
So besides rehab, what have you spent the off season? Well, not off season. You guys practice year round. So what have you spent the last few months working on?
Really, it's just been working as a group. Ever since we came back in the fall, I've been full go in practice and trying to build that chemistry together and getting to play together as a full group. Now that I'm thrown back in the mix and Joe's back in the mix a little bit, and just really working together because it's a whole new group and you got to play a lot together to kind of build that chemistry on and off the court.
How hard is it to have a whole new group come together, especially at your stage of your career, where you'd probably like to be playing with 4 seniors who you played with for 4 years?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it has some challenges, especially early. But I've said it last year at Drake. It was very similar. We had 10 new guys, 3 new starters coming. So it just takes a little bit of time. But I think we've done a great job of learning each other and getting to know each other on and off the court. And hopefully by the time season comes, we're as well gelled as we can be. But I mean, nowadays it's almost every team in the country. So it's who can come together the quickest and gel the best on the court.
Tucker, as a college athlete, when you're meeting new people, I'm sure you always get asked dozens of questions. Playing for your dad, is that usually one of the first things that gets asked, or where is that on the list, I guess?
Yeah, it's definitely the most common question to get asked. But I think we both have enjoyed it very much and wouldn't trade it for anything. It's been a blast to be able to do it together. Obviously, it has its challenges and its good days. But I think when we get older and look back at it, it'll be really cool and really special to look back on.
How do you guys handle the off the court part of the relationship?
For the most part, you try to keep it just keep basketball at the gym, or and keep everything else away from the gym. But certainly it has some crossover, and maybe after a tough day, you just wait a little longer to call him, or if it's going well, maybe I'll go home for dinner.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds easy. Probably,
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, there's some good days and bad days for sure.
So many newcomers. Hardest part of bringing everybody together, and do you have to do a lot of coaching since you're one of the ones who knows the system?
Yeah, I think especially early. I mean, it was just my dad and Nordy, and then I wasn't even out there, for majority of the summer. But even the staff was pretty new, so even they were kind of getting used to the system a little bit. But I think the most difficult part of having so many new guys is, and especially older new guys with a bunch of 4th and 5th year seniors, the hardest part's getting everybody to be on the same page, because they've been at different programs for so long. They've learned different things, and every program is going to teach differently and run different things offensively and defensively. So trying to be on the same page and kind of bring I guess what they've learned in the past to kind of fit our system the best as well.
Your dad was in here earlier and gave us some knowledge that he has never had a technical called on him, a technical foul. Do you believe that? Do you know that to be true, or?
Yeah, he has not got one.
Have you?
I don't think so. No, no, I haven't. I feel like I would remember, but I'm sure it's coming. It's got to happen eventually, I would think.
Do you think? Do you think that's something he takes pride in, like with his style, the way he relates to the situations and the refs? And I mean, is that just kind of who he is? I mean,
I think he stays pretty focused on the group as a whole, and just he's a big believer in control. We can control, and he's like every coach. He's gonna say some things, and maybe he just has a little more respect from him, I guess, because I probably would have teed him up a time or two. But he's pretty good at just keeping us calm. If things aren't going our way, it's it's just time to dig deep a little further and just overcome it.
Would you like to be there for this first one, or?
I'll let him hear about it. Maybe after the game. I hope we win.
How unique is the system your dad teaches? I mean, we think of basketball as being universal, but how different is what he does?
Yeah, I think, if you go to any program, it's going to be different from one to another. But I think the difference is he's so offensive minded, X's and O's wise, but so competitive, defensive, gritty minded at the same time. So when it comes to defense, it's just kind of getting us all to play extremely hard on the defensive end. And I think when we've had the most success the last couple of years at Drake, our teams have been really aggressive defensively, and then on offense, just really smart, high IQ, been successful in two different ways compared to offense and defense.
The bigs that you've played with over your career, have they been mostly like low post block guys, or have they been pick and pop guys? And kind of where does Hansberry kind of fit in with all of that?
Yeah, I think obviously our big from last year, Darnell Brody, is different than probably the two we have now. I will say the one big similarity that was huge from my dad, especially, is that they can all pass. We'll do a lot of things through the 5-man and have them, be a distributor, to have an extra guy to kind of make plays for other guys. That's probably the biggest similarity. And then having Amani that can stretch out and shoot it just opens up so many more possibilities offensively, and you can get so much more creative with play designs, and it just becomes so much harder to guard. So I know he's super excited to be able to have that flexibility to have a 5-man that can shoot. So we'll see what he comes up with.
Well, you're a shooter, so Hansberry as a shooter, what would you say?
Amani can really shoot it, especially when he has his feet set. And a lot of times as fives, their shots are going to be pretty wide open because the pick and pop can be so hard to guard. Last year it's just one of the things that everybody struggles with, guarding pick and pop 5. Do you switch it? Do you trap it? You just never know. You're going to see something different every time. So, but Amani, when he has his feet set, it's pretty good.
If you head out there too far on him, then that brings in his passing ability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it opens so many more doors when he can shoot and pass, for sure.
Can you take us a little deeper into the father-son, coach-player relationship? It's father-son is a complicated relationship enough without also being a coach and a player and that kind of thing. And you can't send you to bed without dinner anymore, or anything like that. Does he get mad at you, and how does he hold it back? How do you handle that?
Yeah, I think he certainly holds me to a little higher expectations of being, just setting the standard and being somebody he can rely on to kind of always be in the right spot, do the right thing. But I think we've both done a good job of, kind of trying to keep it balanced and understand that we're both obviously trying to do everything we can to be successful. So, obviously there's going to be better moments than some, but I think we both just have mutual respect for how hard we're trying to work to be successful, that it doesn't really cause many issues, even when it doesn't go as well.
Has there ever been a time, what's the most memorable time you two had as far as either praising you or you did something wrong?
Oh yeah, there's certainly moments that stick out for both, but I try to just keep focused on the good ones. But I'd certainly say, both years that we won the conference tournament, it's just kind of a sense of relief or proud of each other. I'd say honestly, because we each see how hard each other work to get to where we are, and when you win when we win conference tournament, it just makes it all worth it. And understanding that we got to do it together was pretty special.
Do you feel the added pressure on you because of the fact that you're the coach's son?
Yeah, I think at times I think it's definitely higher expectations and higher standards that are held. So the outside's going to expect more, he's going to expect more, and there's constantly going to be eyes on you to make sure you're always doing the right thing.
Explain your game. I know you're a good shooter, but it's more than just that. So describe what you do well.
I'd like to say highly competitive and high IQ would be the two things that I try to pride myself on. I might not be the most athletic guy, which is no secret to anybody, but I always try to be in the right spot to help guys out, defensively or even offensively, trying to always put guys in the best position possible, and then, just trying to stay aggressive offensively, to kind of do whatever I can to help this team win.
Coach was telling us, I think it was a couple weeks ago when practice was first starting, about the night you guys all went out bowling. Were you one of the good bowlers, bad bowlers?
My team won both times, so if that says anything. Speaking of that, we're supposed to be out of one conditioning drill for winning that, so and we have not gotten out of any. So I'll be holding on to that one.
One less law school run.
Yeah, well, I guess those. Now that we're in season, I don't think they plan on taking us to the hill. I hope not. I hope it's over.
Talk a little more on that. Just talk about team culture with a whole set of new teammates.
Yeah, I think it's been great. I think it helps when everybody's trying to put in the same amount of work and everybody's going, full tilt to try and get to where we need to be. And when you're going through things like the hill or just, tough practices, and when you're doing it all together, it certainly helps build that camaraderie and chemistry, and ultimately just translates onto the court of, again, the more you play together, the more you're doing things together, the better it's going to be. And I think the culture has been set to a pretty good standard, especially for only being a couple months into a different culture here.
I know they taped it the one time for the social media video, but I mean, how many times did you guys go up that thing? I mean, multiple days or?
We did it two weeks on. We did it on Wednesdays for two weeks, I think, and we definitely improved from week 1 to week 2. That's for sure. But I don't even remember. I know the first week we got to like 7 or 8, and then the next week was way past that. But I don't remember the total number, to be honest.
When you first see it and they tell you, okay, you got to get up there. I mean, what was your initial kind of thought when you first see this thing? I mean,
Yeah. Well, first thing, it's huge. Then I will be honest. After the first one, I was kind of like, oh, this is it. Like we can do this. And then about 3 or 4 kick in, you're asking for a big breather. And you realize you're not even halfway there. It's pretty awful.
Team culture. They mentioned that the Italy trip. What did you learn? Not on the court, but off the court. Your dad said learn that some people don't like pesto sauce or whatever. So, what did you learn that you think is helpful in the team building aspect?
Yeah, I will say we have some picky eaters. Found that out on the trip, but it wasn't too bad. I enjoyed the food, but it was definitely cool to be able to experience all those moments as a group and just experience different culture. Not everybody gets to do that, especially with 13, 14 of your best friends in college is pretty cool. So definitely a trip I'll remember forever, and I hope they enjoyed it as much as I did as well.
You went somewhere last year with Drake, right?
Yeah, we went to Spain.
Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So if you had to pick one or the two, Spain, Italy.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say they're pretty similar. Especially when you get on the foreign trips, it's pretty like, the company that kind of runs it kind of does a lot of the same things between no matter where you are. But I will say in Spain we were at the beach longer, which I'm a big beach guy, so I don't know. They were both fun, very fun.
Bullfight?
Huh?
Bullfight?
No, we didn't. I wish. That would have been fun.
Going back to the hill for a second, did you guys have anything like that in Drake?
Yeah, we did. It probably wasn't quite as long, I'd say, but me and our strength coach that came with us from Drake, we'd go out there quite a bit and run the hill. But this one was certainly, I don't know if I wasn't ready for it, maybe a little out of shape because coming off the surgery, but this one was pretty tough.
Since we're way off on tangents, did you ever try the Adam Emanecker challenge?
No, I didn't. Every time you walk into Jethro's, though, there's a big picture of all the people that have tried to do it, and I didn't see many successful people try it.
Anything else? Tucker, thank you.
Yep. Thanks, guys.